Yo, what's up, dude? Usually I don't play video games on my YouTube channel like that, to be honest. It's been a while since I've uploaded anything gaming related. I spend a lot of time playing video games, but I also spend a lot of time like skating. So I was like, you know what? Let's just integrate the two and, make a video about, as you can see in the title, like I really wanted to just like talk about like black skaters. It's Black History Month. I feel like black skaters don't really get the shine, throughout the years of skateboarding that I've seen. Like growing up, skateboarding was like predominantly seen as like a white sport. If you grew up in like a neighborhood like mine, there was no one saying like, yo, what's up, Stevie Williams? Like if you're skating down the street in my neighborhood and someone sees you skating, they're like, yo, what's up, Tony Hawk? Or like, in a sense, you were seen as like a white boy in that case. As a black skater growing up, once I figured out that like black people, there were like actual pros and like, public figures that actually skated that were black, it just like kind of opened my eyes to like another, realm of skating that like made me gravitate more to the sport. Obviously there's like a million other sports I could have played growing up, but like skateboarding is like the only thing that stuck for me. And it's just because I just had a genuine like love for it. The first person I would say that I like saw as a black skater growing up, and me being someone that came off of video games into skateboarding, that's how I was introduced into skateboarding, was video games. So the first person I witnessed in a skateboarding video game was actually Nigel Houston. He came into the game super young. He was like probably the youngest skater I've seen in a video game in general. On top of the fact that he was also like a kid that looked like me, like had like an island descent family, like, or at least he had like that like Rastafarian look, and like me as a Jamaican kid growing up with like a bunch of reggae music and seeing him wearing like a lot of like Jamaican culture things in the video game and like having a video part. I would watch this video on YouTube like every single day, like, and it would just like make me want to go skate. So Nigel Houston was probably like one of the biggest influences on me growing up as a young kid, just wanting to skate. As you grow as a skateboarder, you're like looking for more. You start looking into that loophole, that rabbit hole of like new skaters and like new groups of kids that skate. And then I stumbled across Deli Status. And once that happened, that's when skateboarding broadened up like the most for me. So this group consisted of like a bunch of skaters from LA, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on any of the things that I'm saying, because this is just from my knowledge, like off the top of my head from what I've seen on the internet. R.I.P. Jim Briggs. Alan Prennett, who I've met in person. Pretty cool dude. Pretty cool meeting him, because like as far as I've only seen him over the internet, and then once I finally like put an actual face to like, the person that you're watching like your entire childhood, it's pretty like sick to like see that. His name is Watch You Die on Instagram, but I think how you pronounce his name is Cyril Palmer. Spencer Simon recently went pro last year, I believe. Like this was like a majority like black group of skaters that I would watch on the dailies, that I still watch to this day. They listen to the same music. It just would remind me of like me and my friends. We would just like go downtown, find spots and just skate, and like we'd film every time we can. Could just be in like your general area, which is what they were doing. They're from LA, and they would go out into LA, the downtown areas, and like go film with their friends. So it would just be a big group of them, and that to me just like made me want to be skateboarding with my friends more. But obviously there's like a ton black skaters that are very influential and like paved the way. Sal Barbier, Graham Campbell, which a lot of these skaters I didn't even know of. I'm not gonna lie, my skate knowledge was very low. Like I didn't have anyone to like show me the ropes of what skaters are like, cool or anything like that, because growing up I didn't have a skate shop. My skate shop was a Zoomies, and like you're not gonna go into Zoomies and say, yo, what skaters are popping, You're just gonna get your board and go. So that's just how it was for me. So like a lot of my time now is like finding new skaters and skaters from the past. But I'm just gonna like really go down the line and just say like all the skaters like influenced me. Antoine Dixon, like I just feel like his style is just like super cool. Like I just like how chill his tricks are. Along the lines of like skate groups, the first influential group that I've ever watched was Deli Status. But obviously, other than Daily Status, the other most influential group on me skateboarding as a black kid was definitely Legal Civ. You have Nakel, you have Tyshawn, you have Mikey Alfred, Aramis. You have everyone from IC and everything like that. Obviously, like Tyler Creator, Earl Sweatshirt, you know, all the Odd Future dudes too. Like everyone in that like whole LA scene were all like really influential to me because like obviously they were like me, like listening to the same music and you know just like doing what we do as kids from where we're from and backgrounds that we're from. But seeing them in the skate world is pretty cool because like you don't typically see black kids on a skateboard. I started in like 2007 and like seeing a black kid skate was not normal. Like you probably wouldn't ever see another black kid skate unless it was like one of your homies. And even then, like I only had about 4 friends that actually skated on a regular basis. But Illegal Civ definitely set the tone and like, you know, kids that were younger around my age also being pro skaters and traveling the world, and that just opened up another perspective for me. Like it doesn't have to be like only the older guys that have been in the game for so long. It's like there's actually young kids like my age, you know, becoming pro skaters and like traveling the world, which is like what was like one of my biggest dreams as a kid, is to just like go places and skate, because that to me was like one of the most fun parts of like seeing pro skaters, is like seeing the fact that they get to see like Europe and like they get to go to like Paris and you know go skate and go see like all the biggest sites of the world, you know, but also be skating with their homies and like their teams. King of Skateboards, you know, they're doing their thing over there. Definitely power moves. I also forgot to mention Sage. I never know how to pronounce his last name, but El Cesar, also known as Navy Blue. He's a rap artist and also a professional skateboarder for FA. He is definitely a big influence on me too. I just feel like his personality is pretty cool. His skateboarding speaks for itself. Oh shoot. Terry Kennedy, Clyde Singleton, Daryl Stanton was probably like a newer skater that I learned about. Also, shout out Carl Watson, man. I'll never forget like that one trick that he did. The I think it was front nose 270. It's probably one of the most insane tricks I've seen in general. Not to mention that it was done on Hubba Hideout. Matter of fact, this one's for Carl Watson. Shadweir is probably like the skater I watched the most to this date. Like, I think the top 3 skaters that I would say I watched the most growing up would probably be Tyshawn, Nakel, and Shadweir. Those 3 skaters just, I don't know, they just stood out to me. Style-wise and skill-wise, those 3 skaters are probably like my 3 favorite. Like even in the climate now, it makes me happy to see like that there's so many more black skaters like coming up. Like we have like Cater, we have Chris, Jamal Williams, Zion Wright. There's definitely a lot of skaters that I'm missing out on, and don't get mad at me in the comments for like, you know, missing your favorite skater or like who you think is the most influential. This is just to me like and from my knowledge of skateboarding and like who I watched growing up and watch currently. But if you do know anyone that I missed, definitely comment down below like who your most influential would be, because you know I definitely want to be put onto more skaters, and like I just want to know what you guys think for like your favorite black skaters. There it is. It's like insane to see the growth in like the black community in skateboarding, and I'm hoping to see it grow even more, because it makes me proud to see like my fellow black skaters like doing well and you know putting out what they have to offer in the world. Happy Black History Month, and I hope you guys enjoyed.